Well, it's not too tail heavy because it's not, popping wheelies anywhere. Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. So, came out to the park today with the Avios King Twin, and to my surprise, there's sports today. I didn't think there would be. So my plan was to fly the extra for a little while in hopes that the games would be wrapping up and people would be headed out. It's a little after 6 p.m. But I'm seeing cars still coming in. Plus, it's a little windy. And confined to my side of the field when sports are going on, it's okay for me to fly the extra because, I'm really good at that plane and I can handle it better in small areas. But for a maiden, no. However, I say we do a couple of test taxis and I can kind of, maybe figure out the, tweak. What am I trying to say? See if there's any bugs in it. Let's play with the alignment and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a pack in it and then run it up and down the runway a few times, and we'll just kind of see what happens. So I ended up having to put some weight on the back, a good bit of it, and it's on there with some double-sided tape, and I got a couple screws, just a little more added security. It's not permanent by any means, and I can break off little pieces if I feel like it's too much. So on my test stand, my homemade CG machine, I felt like I needed that much weight, and that's quite a bit. So we'll see. I'm gonna run it up and down the runway. Maybe I can get it going fast enough to see if I feel like it's gonna lift off, or if I can tell some way if the tail's heavy or not. And then, long story short is that I can take that weight off if need be, and I can always fill in the little holes, and if the double-sided tape pulls off some of the paint, I can take care of that. I know a guy that's in the paint business. So I've got a pack charged up. This is a 4S 4500. The manual for this plane said 4S 33 to 4000. So then that got me thinking that putting a 4500 in here, that's why my CG is nose heavy. But then I put a 3300 in, and it was the same. It really didn't help it at all. So then I took this 4S 4500 and I slid it back pretty much as far as I could, and obviously that helped a little bit, but I had to slide it back so far that I could only use one of the Velcro straps. That's why I don't want to do that. I can always modify the modify the board that the Velcro's on or whatever. So anyways, for right now we've got a little bit of weight back there, and we can take it off. We can still shift the battery around. We can do all kinds of stuff. But instead of packing things up and going home because of the wind and because of the games, I'm already here. I've already got everything out with me. We'll do a couple little test taxis. So let's get this guy on the ground, and then we'll run through all the control surfaces and make sure our AS3X and all that stuff is working. Let me run through my setup here to make sure I can remember which one's throttle cut and which one's gear and blah blah blah. So I got my dual rate set up on 70, 85, and 100%. And in the manual, I forget exactly what it said, a certain amount of millimeters for the minimum and then the maximum. And I got all that set up. So throttle cut's on. We'll see both of our dances because we got our AS3X and safe select. That's good. Like so. let's get the lid for this guy. I tell you what, I'll put it back up on the bench here, and we'll. Oh, and then I'll break it and drop it off right there. Make sure I didn't break my landing gear. There we go, that holds it in spot right there in place. Let's get behind it and check out all the control surfaces. We've got some people admiring the Avios. Boy, it's a good looking plane. That is for sure. So safe select is off. Elevator up, elevator down, right aileron up, left aileron up. Ooh, the rudder is backwards, guys. The rudder is backwards. Why is that? I'm so glad we caught this. Now I'm wondering if we got two different King Twins set up. So I'm gonna kill it and then go back through my model list and see if I've got another Avios in here or something. Let's see here. Let's see. Model select. Avios. Just the one. So why in the world is the rudder backwards? Sure got me puzzled. That's why it's good to do these pre-flights and check all the things out. So all right, so we need to go into servo setup, and we need to reverse the rudder. Now we need to go into forward programming and relearn servos. All right, so now we just relearn the servos. The rudder is now correct. So let's look at it again here. All right, so elevator up, elevator down. Right aileron up, left aileron up, rudder left, rudder right. Make sure my nose wheel is doing the same. Yep, it's correct. Flaps, mid, and full. I didn't see the elevator moving there, so let's see if I put in a mix. I did not put any down mix in for the flaps. I'm just kind of playing with the down elevator mix and see if anything. Let's do mid. On the half flaps, I'm just going to put plus 10, and then for the full flap, we'll start with 20. And we'll see what that does. Flaps up. All right, so control surfaces are right, and let's do safe select on. And you can definitely tell that safe is on because the travel in the control surfaces is limited. Let me get behind it and give it a little throttle and activate the AS3X. All right. Throttle cuts back on. See if we can get some movement here. Yep. We still got to play with all our gains and stuff too, and make sure that they're right. We're just going with the book settings to start. All right, so select. I know for sure that my control surfaces are going the right direction, and that safe is working in the right direction. Well, that's a bad habit that I'm getting into, setting it down like that and having the front landing gear come off. All right, we'll run it around just a little bit. People are going to think I'm going to fly it, and I will be hurting their feelings. Hurting their feelings. We're not going to fly it, guys. Not enough room. But we're going to ride it around like a RC car for a second. You know what's funny is I test drove it one night, and the servos were not reversed then. Maybe I was using the NX6 that night. So let's just see if it drives straight. And it does. Boy, look at it. Look at all that wobbling from the looseness in the gear, I guess. Because that front wheel is raked forward like that. That's what's making it do that. Well, that's bad. That's really bad. If they had that wheel set up where it castered backwards, even though the gear is slanted forward, if just a piece of it castered backwards, that would keep that side to side shaking out like that. That's pretty bad at slow speeds. Well, it's not too tail heavy because it's not, popping wheelies anywhere. Well, just thinking here, guys. That back and forth like that, that's not good, because that's gonna that's gonna start making the AS3X and the rudder just go crazy. If that's not what's doing it so far, No, that's just in the front wheel. I'm watching the rudder and it's not moving. Well, I need to work on that. All right, I'm gonna run around a little bit. I'll report back to you. If you want to win a jet like this, all you have to do is subscribe. Click the like button and leave a comment. And then ring the bell so you don't miss my next video. At 1,000 subscribers, we gave this jet away. At 5,000, we're going to give another one. I don't know what it is yet. We'll see when that time comes. So hey, subscribe, guys. Happy flying.